All right, we should be live. Just waiting another minute to see it populate. How's it going? If I have this set up correctly, then we should be good to go. I can see your chat messages. Someone just make a test. Okay, I can see your chat messages no matter what platform you are on. If you are watching us on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Periscope, we are on 30 different live streaming platforms at the same time, and I should be able to see whatever you say regardless of where you are. Thank you for hanging out. We're just opening up a box I got in the mail. I know who it's from, but don't know what it is inside. And it's from Goliath Games and Games Adults Play. I believe they are sister companies or, different brands by the same manufacturer, but they are board games and card games. And we're just going to open it up and I guess see what is inside. I hope everyone's having a good day. If you want to just chat, feel free to ask me questions. All right, got our knife. There's a little bit of a delay, but I need to make sure you guys can see what's in the box. Okay. Oh, I might need to flip the camera because it's upside down. How do we do that? Camera, capture device, flip. How do I flip? Transform or vertically? Oh, and now it's like backwards. So I need to flip it also horizontally. Hey! Okay, I think we got some shit in the mail. This company is sending me crap in the mail. The hell? So apparently shit happens to people. And that's what one of these games are. We're gonna just take everything out of the box, move the box, and go through each game individually after the fact. So shit happens. I'll just put it on my lap, I guess. Whatever. What the fuck? Shit happens. Work too shitty for work. Oi. Put them over here, I guess. Ah. How many of those are there? We will find out, I guess, right? We are all in it together. Friend or foe? Friend or fa? Apparently some more shit happens. This is shit happens 50 shades of shit. True colors? What your friends think about you? This I can't play this game because I don't have any friends, so I don't know what they think of me. What else? Oh, we got a big pill of side effects. Anything else in here? And I guess we got the Oregon Trail game. Alright, so let's move that out of the way. Let's try to focus this camera. Oregon Trail, Poop Happens, Friend or Foe, WTF, another expansion to the Poop, the base game, and then True Colors. Let's go for, oh, and also side effects. So let's go through first the poopy thing. Put these all off to the side. I guess I could, like, I don't know, be stylistic or something. Oh, because that, I think that camera is flipped too. I'd have to unflip it. Flip, flip, transform. Horizontally. Oh, wrong camera. Transform. Horizontally. Transform. You love the designs of the last two? The pill one? I guess I can be right there. Why not? Be anywhere in the screen. I can move my body. Whoop. Okay. So, move these out of the way. A little bit. Trying to be a little stylistic. Because why not? The pill one. Side effects. Yeah, I'm going to try to make it so you guys can see it. Because why not? All right. Where's the base game? Shit happens to you, to me, to pretty much everybody. What are you trying to accomplish in Poop Happens? Ranking shitty events from the least shitty to the absolute shittiest. What's in the box? 200 shitty situations to get yourself into. There's a misery index, and you're supposed to rank where on the misery index those cards line up. For instance, in this poopy situation, actually, that's the card that's right there. You go to your favorite fine dining cuisine place and you see a condom in your burger. And you're supposed to guess where that ranks in regards to, I guess, other things. Quick summary. Let's see what these cards do. So we'll just flick through some of these cards real quick to see what some of them are. And then we'll change games. So you might be buried alive. You might go blind. You might have non-consensual bear sex while caught in a bear trap. What the? Okay. As compare, that's just a threesome with you and your parents. All right, so these are like some really bad things that happen to you. Total amnesia. There's some glare on here. I apologize for that. Shark attack, lose one arm and a leg. You go deaf. So to you, what would you rather have happen to you? Would you rather go deaf, or would you rather have a shark attack and lose one arm and a leg? Let me know. So apparently, like, we would shuffle all these up, everyone would get a few of them, and then you reveal a new card and you're supposed to rank where it should go. And then this number at the bottom is, I guess, what the creators of the game defined as the correct answer, but whatever. Go mute. Surgeon amputates the wrong leg. Crash in the Andes and eat your friends to survive. I guess a lot of these cards are just shock factor. Struck by lightning. So there's 200 of these cards, all different sorts of crazy things that might happen to you. That, because you know, poop happens. Actually, there might be more than 200 in this. Oh, there's 200. Major earthquake. Drink a vomit milkshake. Why would you want to do that? Spouse's racist rant goes viral. Learn that your partner is also your first cousin. Get mistakenly deported. I don't know why there's a slingshot in this. Shot in the leg. So there's just a bunch of these cards. And there's 2 packs of them. I'm not going to open the other one because there's plenty of games here to take a quick look at. I'm just opening, seeing what was sent from the companies. So we got Poop Happens, and then apparently there's also an expansion to Poop Happens called Poop Happens Too Poopy for Work Edition. And I'm not sure if there's any special rules to the expansion, or it can also be played by itself, like whether it's a standalone. It looks like it's explaining the same rules as the base game. So this might be a standalone / expansion with just different stuff on the cards. So the top of these ones say on them the expansion, whereas the original ones did not. That way, I guess you could identify them if you want to separate them out. So let's look at a few of these ones. Wake up hog tied in the basement. What does that have to... I'm assuming at your work, because it's too crappy for work. But the other ones you could play at work. You don't hear the tornado coming. You got exposed to Ebola. Your hot air balloon catches fire. You're stalked by a clown. Forced to land a 747. Your heart surgeon graduated at the bottom of their class. So these are just more, I guess, things that could happen. And apparently you can play this either by itself or in addition to the base game. There's another 200 cards in there, and then I guess they also have another. Yeah, I know, right? It's craziness. the world we're in. No amount of alcohol can make this fun to you, says Soon Kwan. Yeah. So the third game that they sent is Poop Happens 50 Shades of Poop Edition. So again, I'm assuming the top of these cards say that so that if you wanted to, you can separate them out. But we have, it looks like another 200. Yep, another 200 cards. And same rules. I don't know if there are variants on it or not. But so that's that game. Poop Happens. And then it's 2 expansions which can each be played with it or by alone. Let's see what else. We have side effects. And it looks like this one is in a pill-shaped box. That's kind of cool. It's like it's like 10 inches tall. Maybe it's not a, I don't, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's not exactly a foot tall. It's like 10 inches tall. All right, let's see what happens in side effects. So it says for the description of the game, side effects is the guessing game with an extra dose of absurdity. Symptoms may or may not include hysterical laughter, acute foolishness, random twerking, and in some cases death. Do not play while driving, prescribed by doctor pills. It's for external use only. Do not put it internally. Directions: try to give your treatment try to give your teammates clues to as many words as you can in 40 seconds. These pills cause side effects that will alter the way that you speak and act. Take 1 red and 1 blue pill to learn about your side effects. It says on it that it's for patients 4 and up, for ages 13 and up. So we got some blue pills and we got some red pills. And we have some cards and some rules. And I have to like Google real quick. What's the exact quote? The exact quote is, man, I'm having a brain fart. I really should know this. It's the Matrix. But I should know the quote. No, all I'm seeing when I Google Matrix pill quote is Elon Musk talking about it the other day in the news, but I want the exact quote. Matrix Morpheus pill quote. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends, you wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. That's the correct. All right, so what are you trying to do in this game? There's 50 blue cards, 50 blue and 50 red pill cards, and then 100 trial cards. Those things. Object is to pass the most trials by getting your teammates to guess words while both of you are under the influence of side effects. Set up. Gather into teams of 2. Each team gets 5 blue and 5 red. Shuffle together, separated by color. Place face down in 2 piles. Choose a color. And the 5 available on the trial cards. This will be the only colored word used by the trial cards for the duration of the game. Player who most recently went to a doctor goes first and becomes the first patient, the clue giver. Patient takes 1 blue pill and 1 red pill and reads them aloud, then places the cards face up in front of him. The red pills affect the way the players move, and the blue pills affect their speech patterns. To start the turn, another player sets a timer for 40 seconds. We suggest a cell phone when the timer starts. They draw a trial card and look discreetly at the word with the chosen color. Patient must try to get their teammate to guess the word on the card corresponding to the chosen color while acting out the side effects. Speaking, miming, funny sounds, anything goes. The only rules are the patient cannot say any part of the current word and they cannot skip a card. So, where did my knife go? So, I guess you get a red pill and a blue pill, and there's 50 of each, and they get mixed up. So they alter the way this happens. Yeah, I think so. So you would have to try to, in this example, I don't know if you can't see off the. This one says. So weird. I don't know why it's not focusing. I know I need to get better lights. I'm washed out. I'm just using the webcam. So weird. It says talk while only breathing in. Wait, how do you even talk while breathing in? How do you... I'm breathing out when you talk. The act of actually talking is breathing out, isn't it? How do you even talk breathing in? And then this one, this red one says cuddly. Hug all other players at the same time. So if you got this combination, you're supposed to be trying to hug everyone at the same time while also breathing in and trying to get them to guess what's going on these cards. And there's colors, and you choose a color. So if there's like 100 cards, then there's 5 colors. That means there's 500 possible interactions. So you would be hugging everyone, breathing in, and trying to get them to guess the word car or hold or cake. Or, you know, there's just zoo, carpet. There's just words on all these. These are the things you're trying to get them to guess. So there's a lot of different words to get them to guess. And then we have the blue ones. It says talk while breathing in. Ventriloquist, your mouth is closed and you're making your hand talk like a puppet. Foreign influence, speak with an outrageous French accent. What if you don't know a French accent? Delusions of grandeur, speak as though you're addressing a huge crowd. Hesitant, you're never able to finish your... So these are just all ways that affect the way you speak. And these red ones are hug all people, uppercut, imagine you're boxing with an invisible player, interior designer, start arranging items in the room so that they're just so. Peck at invisible corn with your nose. So these are just all ridiculous actions that the game wants you to do. And then the other ones are altering the way that you're speaking. And you're ultimately trying to get them to guess the words on these cards. So that is a summary of what side effects is. I don't. There's no easy way to. I guess just drop them in. It's not. It's a cool presentation, an interesting idea. I'm not. But I feel like this is one of those games you might only take out once per group. Entertaining. I don't know. I haven't played it yet, so that's just being judgmental. Someone is asking if this is an actual child tamper-proof bottle because it comes in a bottle. But you don't need to push down on it. You can just slide it open. So there's nothing preventing a child from opening this pill bottle. Yeah, it's a novelty. I don't know where they might sell it. If they... It would be funny if you walked into like CVS or a drugstore and this was in the drug area. Like that might be an interesting marketing idea. I don't know. All right, so that's side effects. This one is called Friend or Foe. Foe. A game of ridiculously or revealing questions. I don't know why it's not like zooming in properly. Maybe it's the light. Maybe I need to like turn off the light. Then my green screen will be like bugging out behind me. Oh, I gotta work on the camera setup, I know. That would answer some questions. So, got a score pad. And blinding. You think it's the light? Turn off this light. Is that better? It might mess up the green screen, but whatever. So We got some red cards and we got some white cards. And I don't see any rules. Box. No rule packet. Unless I might be mistaking something obvious. It might be in the cards. Hello, Susan. Freestyle. Okay, so we have some cards that say bull crap on them. They just on both sides say the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably one for each player if it's a party game. We are looking at right now friend or foe. Has a score pad. It's got some bullcrap cards. All right, so it's got aqua cards, yellow cards, and orange cards. And so like this one says, do I believe in alternative medicine? And then I do not see any rules, so I'm assuming it's a yes or no question. You're supposed to guess and see if I believe in alternative medicine. Do you guys think I believe in alternative medicine? Let me know in the comments in the live stream. And then I will give you the answer on whether or not I believe in alternative medicine. And then, so I would be like, well, I mean, in reality, alternative medicine has a psychological impact, but I don't think overall it's going to heal you. Like, going outside and getting air makes you feel better, but if you should be on a ventilator because of all the craziness going on in the world, then no. But if you don't think I'm telling the truth, maybe you throw down one of these bullshit cards. That's how I think the rules are, but I don't know because I don't see any rules. Maybe it's on... Wait. It might be on the back of the box. What does it say? It's not how many friends you have, but how well we know them. Friend or foe inspires players to get personal, share stories, recall memories that will make you laugh until it hurts. Through 5 rounds of increasingly revealing questions that players answer about each other, points are earned and unexpected connections are made. At times, risque and often surprising, friend or foe is a light-hearted way to enjoy some real-time interactions with new friends. Oh, it says starting with the round 1 pile, players draw cards, read aloud, and wait to reveal their answer. People predict what they will say and write it next to their name. And then they answer their question. Whoever answered correctly earns a point. Continue clockwise until next player. If you think they're lying, you can call bullshit. Yeah, okay, so I didn't even read the rules at all, but just going purely off of looking at the cards, I pretty much guessed how the game is supposed to play. Weird. All right, so examples of some of these cards. Do you believe in alternative medicine? If I have a bucket list, what's one thing I'd like to have on it? Do I prefer mayo or Miracle Whip? This might be a fun game to play with my, to do live stream playing, because it's just questions. Do I prefer wine or beer? So then, if, we have a lot of people watching, you would say often the answers wine or beer. And Then everyone who gets it right gets a point or whatever. And at the end, we'll see who has the most points or what have you. So how many siblings do I have? A bowl of ice cream and a bowl of chips are put in front of me. Which would I rather eat, the chips or the ice cream? If a movie were being made about my life, which actor would I choose to play me? You're supposed to just like answer all these questions. And there's a whole big stack of them. And let's see, there's another big stack right here too. So this one seems a lot friendlier than the other ones were. Like, what's my guilty pleasure? What's my signature dance move? What do I consider my best physical feature? When I shower, what do I use to clean my entire body? Do I use my hands, a bar of soap, a washcloth, other? It's just all these, it's just a bunch of weird questions. Looks like there's several hundred of these cards. And you're just revealing them and asking them with your friends. And they're supposed to guess on your answer. And if they think you're lying, they throw down a bullshit card on you. So that one might be fun to play on a stream. Maybe we'll do that later tonight or tomorrow. That might be cool. And that one is friend or foe. And let's see what else we got here. I gotta move some of this out of the way. You think it might make enemies? Alright, so this one is called True Colors. Should probably just a lot of instructions. Earn points by correctly predicting how many votes you receive from other players for various questions asked. Double-sided question cards, 60 voting cards, 6 plastic avatars, 6 color-coded player cards, 3 oversized guessing cards, a ballot box, and a score pad. And then you have to keep saying bad stuff. Most, some, none. Got a very thick, this is a really thick score pad. That's like, a lot of games will give you thin score pads. They're not skimping out on this score pad. I don't know why that impresses me. It's just like, oh, they expect me to play this game like 200 times because there's 200 pieces of paper here. Most games don't give you much, a very thick score pad at all. So we have a stack of cards with questions on them, double-sided. So this one says, you are a doctor and every player has come to your office for a visit today. Who did the most Googling of their symptoms? We have a little box. Oh, wait a second. Is that why they give so much paper? You're supposed to write it down and stick it in a little ballot box? That might make more sense. So you have a little ballot box. And these are like judgmental questions. Who does the most Googling of their symptoms? Which player wishes every day was Valentine's Day just because of chocolate? So you would write down maybe the name of the person and stick it in the ballot box. These are, or stick something in a ballot box. There's still more items in here. Maybe it's one of these things. There's plastic circles, standees. We've got some standees, and we've got some plastic pawns. I don't see the reason for either yet. Okay, so then we have player colors. I think these are for the standees, but what are they going? What are the pawns circling around on? I'm not sure yet. And then we have... All right, so I think I know what's going on here. Every single person playing the game gets a set of these cards. And these cards have every single player character on them. Now, every single person at the table is going to have a standee in front of them. So, like, say I'm the green player, it'll be in front of me. And then we are taking this question, asking which player wishes every day was Valentine's Day just because of the chocolate. So now I'm the green player, green standees in front of me. If my friends think it's going to be me, then they're going to take their ballot that has the green dude on it. Oh, actually, green's not showing up because of the green screen here, but you should see it here. And then they're going to insert it into the ballot box to vote. So everyone's voting on these judgmental questions. And then we are going to open up the ballot box and see what everyone thinks people chose. Or who does it. So that's how that works. Just by looking at it. I'm not sure what the pawns are for, though. So I'm just deduction of components. There's 3 placards. One says most, one says none, and one says some. So I'm assuming after the vote happens, you put the players' pawns on these spots based off of the number of votes. That's just using deduction. I don't know if it's true because I didn't read the rules, but to give you an idea of how this game may or may not play, it's everyone has the colors of everybody, and then you're going to read off one of these questions. So let's open up this pack of questions and read off a couple more. All right, so for example, just flip to the middle. Triathlon. Woo! Which player could best go to difference? And then so everyone has their standee with their color in front of them, and I might think Jerry, who's yellow, will last the longest in the triathlon. So then I put my vote into the box. At the end of the round, we all open up the box, see who has the most, and their player card goes on the most. Maybe no one voted for me, so then my thing gets the none, etc. And I'm not sure how the scoring goes, but I'm sure people are awarded some sort of number of points. And then we have a huge stack of paper to track score, and that is true colors, trying to figure out the true colors of your friends, I guess. All right. We got a couple more boxes to open. How's it going? Have I ever played Sabacc from Star Wars? Actually, I just downloaded Knights of the Old Republic. I had like a Humble Bundle code on Steam, but then I couldn't get the Xbox controller to work on the computer. But yes, I have played Sabacc on Star Wars and the Xbox game Knights of the Old Republic. Not the newer MMORPG, but the one that was for Xbox way back in the day. I love that game. I have the Xbox version. I think it's backwards compatible. I do not have a capture card. So maybe if we get one of those, we'll play it. I was trying to mess around with it on Steam, but when I opened up Knights of the Old Republic, it wouldn't capture the game into OBS. I don't know why. So this one is called WTF. WTF. This one says it's for ages 18 and up for 3+ players, 140 cards, one timer, one die. Win the most cards in the time allotted by giving answers that the other players cannot challenge successfully. Can you ask questions? Of course, go ahead. I'm right here. It's a live stream. I may not know the answer, but I'll try my best to answer, if that makes sense. I'm a big Magic the Gathering player. WTF says decide how long it lasts, ask questions, answer questions, you challenge questions, and there's a tiebreaker. So we have a timer that we're going to flip, and then we get to ask a question apparently. Timer. Ooh, there's a dice. There's a D8, but there's only 4 numbers on it. I mean, there's a D8, but both sides have D4s on them. Was it cheaper to get a D8 than a D4 apparently? Because a D4 is a triangle. Well, I mean, like a D4 just doesn't really roll that well. This is a D8, and we have 1 through 4 on both sides of the D8. I don't know what you call that, quadrants. On both quadrants, there is 1 through 4 on this D8. So you're going to roll this D8, and what do we get? We got a 3 on the D8. So then number 3 says we would ask the question, name 3 good ways to avoid damp patches in your bed. And I guess everyone has to go around and answer that question. And I guess a lot of these questions are sexual in nature. So everyone would have to give 3 answers. But then we might roll this die again and get number 2. So on that same card, question number 2 says, what? Okay. So this is kind of, this has an action on it, and I don't know if this will offend people. So number 2 says kiss the player. So number 2 is telling you to physically kiss someone. This card is telling you to actually kiss someone. Kiss the player you have most recently had sex with. So, I mean, obviously if they're your boyfriend, girlfriend, but it's requiring you to do that. Maybe they don't want it at that moment. And there's just I on this same card it says name a Betty White song. Like, so kiss the person you most recently had sex with, and you're supposed to kiss them in real life if you rolled a 2, but if you rolled a 4, you're supposed to name a Betty White song. That's just okay. On this one it says make a sexy request in a foreign language. So you're just sexually harass someone in a foreign language. That's what number 1 says on this card right here. What flavor was the last flavor of muffin that you tasted? Or give a single word name for the practice of... I don't even want to read what that says. And then at the bottom it says, what have you had more of this week? Eggs or Lays? Like, so these are just all overt questions on what the fuck. So they're going for shock value because that's the name, what the fuck. And I guess, I mean, I've only read the 2 cards I just did with you here on the live stream. So hi Maria, we will ask you maybe one of these questions. So for this game, what the fuck, there's a timer, you flip it over, you roll a die. It says 3, so we're going to read off question number 3. It says, question number 3 is call out any number and a dirty word it rhymes with. You had more eggs than Lays? So name a dirty, call out a number, any number, and then give a dirty word that number rhymes with. I mean, the obvious is going to be 6 and it rhymes with sex, but like that. So I feel like this one is just going for shock value. I'll read a few more of these maybe. Correctly spell Kama Sutra. So most people might think it's Karma Sutra with an R. Which part of you is the most wrinkly? 7? What does 7 rhyme with? What's something dirty that 7 is with? This one says, name a famous person who is an example of putting lipstick on a pig. What? Okay. Name a famous person who is an example of putting lipstick on a pig. Kama Sutra. Okay. I don't know, maybe this may or may not be a game to play over the internet. Balance this card on another player's breast for 3 seconds. Okay, this one is... I look at that. It actually says that. Balance this card on another player's breast for 3 seconds. This card has you committing a sexual assault on someone else in real life. Now, I mean, hopefully you are all drunk and you're doing this to your girlfriend, but, or, I mean, if you are a girl, you're doing it to one of your girls who is your girlfriend, but, hey, I'm going to go touch, this card reads, touch someone's breasts in real life, and what are you going to do? Defend yourself in court by saying, oh, the card do it? I mean, I guess, you know, the Donald Trump, you're a star, they let you get away with anything. But that's a little, what the fuck is right? Me Too would not be happy. Maybe I should like take a picture of this and tag Rose in it. I don't know. I'll have to. So if this other card earlier, it says to kiss someone. It says kiss the player you most recently had sex with. I mean, maybe if like, maybe in your early, like, freshman, sophomore, junior year, college, and no one's confirmed that you're dating each other, but you're all drunk and you're a group of friends. Name two parts of the human body that might drip. That's, I'd say you have a runny nose and a leaky bum. I don't know. Demonstrate how you would beckon another player to follow you on social media for sex. It literally says that. Name someone in real life who is corrupt. Oh, Donald Trump. Maybe I should take a picture of this one and post it. That would be easier. Invent a nickname for your penis. Name something squirty. Name 3 openly gay TV presenters. Ellen, Tim Gunn. I don't know. I'm bad at celebrities. Who's someone else? So anyways, in a nutshell, that is this game. You're just flipping over the timer, reading off a question, and then people are answering them. And I guess you take the card as the point of whoever wins it. Give me the location of the nearest... Oh my god. What did Wayne Bobbitt lose in 1993? Anderson Cooper. Yes. Okay, here's another one where it's like this is just offensive and sexual. Estimate the cup size of the most boxum player. Estimate the cup size of the most boxum player in this game. So, I'm not making this up. That's what it actually says in this game. And the name of the game is WTF or what the fuck. So, like, these are just really inappropriate questions, I guess, that make you say what the fuck. But, like, I'm not big on the ones that are the actions, having you do something. What if it's a dude? Exactly, Susan. What if you're playing this game with only guys and that card says to kiss the person, so then you're trying to kiss another guy? Or it says to balance it on their breast and they're a guy? And whatever. If they're a woman, then you're just like harassing them. In a funny or original way, use the expression piece of cake in a sentence. That is such a different thing. Name an animal that is a street name for a drug. What year did the game come out? 2018 from Pressman Games. Pressman, Goliath, and Games Adults Play. Those are the companies. Tag them in a Twitter post. So this one is just going purely for shock factor. Some of these are absolutely ridiculous. Tell me a guilty pleasure. I mean, in comparison to these other cards, that's just not a really shocking thing, maybe based off their answers. How many players in here have stroked a beaver? Like, these cards are... Name a well-known film in which a woman fakes an orgasm. So, name a well-known film in which a woman fakes an orgasm. Wouldn't that just be every single movie that's not porn where there's a sex scene? You thought, yeah, good for drunk friends. But wouldn't the answer to this just be any single movie with a sex scene that's not pornography? This says... I wonder if there's a difference between the colors. Which player here would win the most likely Rare of the Year award? You're supposed to Who has the best bum in your playgroup? How many people were in the building the last time you had sex? Some of these questions. Which player has the largest bra size? That's literally what the question is. Who playing this game has the largest bra size? Tell me a word or phrase that is the opposite of, and then it. How old were you the last time you wet your pants? What part of your body is exercised when you, and then it has a vulgar thing. Demonstrate a stripper's final pose. What is the name of the last hotel that you had sex in? Anyways, so that's some of the questions. Those are blue questions. Let's see what some of these orange questions are. Because there's different colored cards. We were reading off blue ones. No, it's not what the hell, it's what the fuck. That's the name of this one. That's literally the name of the game. So this one says, get up and pose for 5 seconds as a glamour model. Or make a sexual innuendo or double entendre that you have heard on TV or film. Hug the horniest player here. What is the Jesus fan club called? Anyway, so that's WTF. And we got another game. This game is a child's game in comparison to these other ones. This is the Oregon Trail Hunt for the Food card game. These other ones were like vulgar adult card games. I think this one is a little more innocent. Technical difficulties opening the box because I can't seem to do anything right recently. All right, so this is you've got some floppy disks, player manual, some punch cards, some dice, some cards, standee, eight-bit graphic card, art, yeah, that's weird. It went from like rated R down to rated G. One of these games is not like the other. Trees, bushes, abandoned wagon, squirrel, rabbits, deer, bear, bison, medicine, clean water, spare parts, a compass, 100 bullets. Have you ever played the Oregon Trail? You always die from dysentery or trying to ford the river. Molly starved to death. Sarah has the measles. These other cards are okay. These are just purely black cards. I'm not making this up. These cards are purely black. On one side it says Oregon Trail Hunting, and the other side it's black. So we have a pile of black cards. It's very interesting. I would say these are more of a midnight black than a I don't know if this is an error or if this is supposed to be like this. I don't know, but they're all like that. So I'll have to read through the rules, or unless I got a defective product, or if they're supposed to all just be black. That would be... I have a misprint of the game, maybe. It's worth millions because there is a huge demand for the Oregon Trail card game that you have never heard about. All these black cards. Okay, so... oh, we got some stuff down here. Dysentery. Drowning. These are just ways to die. You have died of drowning. Snake bite. Dehydration, 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 dehydration. Broken leg, broken leg, broken leg, broken leg, broken leg. Exhaustion. Lost. Rocks. Flowers. Trees. All right. And so there's a standee, there's dice, there's some punch cards for bullets and rules. And that is what is in the box for the Oregon Trail, the card game. Hunt for Food, the card game. I wonder if I can... and if you are... I'll just go quickly back through all the things. Big thank you to Games Adults Play, Pressman, and Goliath Games. They're all branches of the same company, but they have different different games for different audiences. So I believe, you know, all the ones that are a little naughtier, like WTF, are the Games Adults Play line, whereas the Oregon Trail, that's Pressman, and then the Friend or Foe game, it's still a Games Adults Play, but that one seems more lighthearted than, you know, shit happens. And then there, so the games. Oh wait, I forgot to put these back in. You always were dead before leaving town. How did you die before leaving town? I thought in town you just purchased stuff. So we'll just quickly show everything again. So we have the Oregon Trail, side effects, shit happens, shit happens, too shitty for work edition, shit happens, 50 Shades of Shit edition, True Colors, WTF, mate, WTF. Trying to get them all on the screen at the same time if I can. And then Friend or Foe. We'll be checking them out over time. Big thank you to Goliath, Pressman Games and Games Adults Play for sending all of these for us to check out. I hope everyone has a safe and happy week. You can learn more about those companies by clicking on their name in the tweet or going to their website. And I think we will play on a live stream. Probably, what was it, the Friend or Foe one? Probably the Friend or Foe one was more appropriate, or the True Colors one. Those two are more appropriate for maybe a live stream. Maybe this shit happens, I'm not sure. I'd have to figure out how to play that over the internet. And we do have an extra copy of Shit Happens to give away. So we will, once we review the game, we will give away a copy of it. If you enjoyed any portion of this live stream, this is something new I'm doing. Feel free to subscribe, like, share, all those things that the people who do these tell you to do. And thank you for just hanging out and spending your time with me. That's the most valuable resource a person has, is your time, and I really appreciate the fact that you're even here. And I hope you have a great day. Thank you for hanging out. Take care.